Hi guys, good morning. In this video, we'll see the problem valid parenthesis. It's a pretty easy, pretty basic, pretty standard problem. There's a high chance you must have done it. But still, if you're watching the video, I'm just going to show you how to reach to that data structure which is being used in this algorithm, because everyone knows what is being used, but how to actually think, because now we have seen this problem so many times that it's actually very normal to us to actually know, okay, it is being applied, but how we actually thought it would be being applied, we will saw in this video. That's the reason I'm just making this video, because it's a pretty easy problem. Firstly, let's see the problem statement. It says that we're having a string s containing just the characters one opening braces and brackets. Cool. Only these characters are there in this particular string, which you're going to see s. Determine if the input string is a valid or not. And how is this validity being defined? Validity is being defined by these three conditions. First is opening brackets must be closed by the same type of brackets, which means if I have this open bracket like this, so the closing should the corresponding closing bracket should be something like this only. If the opening is this, closing should be like this. If opening is square brackets, then the closing should also be a square bracket. Next thing is opening brackets must be closed in the correct order, which means that, okay, if I have square brackets, then curly, then normal brackets, then only I have some squares. So basically the order should be same. It should not be something like this, that, okay, if I have curly, so my closing is this normal brackets. So it is not a valid closing thing. Every closed brackets has a corresponding open bracket of the same type, which means if I have an open bracket like square, so the closing should also be a square for this bracket, open bracket. It should not be that, okay, one is square and other should be a curly one. It should not be there. Now we will just have this string s, and we just need to figure out if it is a valid string or valid input string or not. As you can see, the last one is not valid because it is not having a corresponding closing bracket which is needed, because the opening one was like this, so closing one should also be like this, but it's not, it's a square. Then it's not a valid parenthesis. So let's have a very deep example. So you can see that, okay, if this is something input like this, so it will be true. If it is input like this, it will be false. Why false? Because it's for sure, okay, as we just entered this thing, it is open, cool, close, oh, it should have a close as a curly. So first itself it is a false, but still, let's say if it would have been a curly, then we would have gone okay, but then we got this, cool, but no closing for it, so again false. So even if it would have been, although we change this string, but even if it would have been, still it would have been a false. In this you can see, okay, for this open I have a close, for this open I have a close, for this open I have a close, for this open I have a close. Now whenever we are about to solve a problem something like this, or in general, let's look at the median condition, which means, okay, at any point of time how my array would look like or how my condition would look like. One thing we for sure know, okay, for every, I'm looking from inside to outside, I'm going inside and I'm saying, okay, my inside curly is my inside brackets have a corresponding open bracket, my inside curly braces have a corresponding open braces, my inside curly braces have corresponding open braces, my inside square brackets have a corresponding open brackets. So kind of I'm seeing from inside and then coming out. So basically I'm starting from kind of inside, because I'm not grabbing directly the end ones, I'm just grabbing the inside ones and then coming out. Okay, it is done. As you can see, if it is done, okay, it is gone. Now the problem is this, now it is done also. Now the problem is this, it is also done. It is also done. My problem is this, it is also done. So how it is we are coming because we just want to grab the inside ones. So now we had to choose a data structure for this. Do you see one thing? At any point of time, which means, okay, if I have any data structure, I have inputted all this string right now, and any point of time I'm standing at this string particular I encountered a corresponding close bracket. Now one thing I need to make sure, okay, I need to have an open bracket. If I encounter a corresponding close bracket, I need to make sure in mind, okay, my last one my last one, whatsoever was gone into my data structure, should be a open bracket of the same type, You remember any data structure where you grab the last element which was being entered in that data structure? You can do the same thing via a vector or via stack, because internally stack is being implemented as a vector array itself. So standardly we just use stack to actually implicate the actual use case of stack, but internally, as you know, stacks are internally implemented as a vectors only, so you can use both of them, stacks or vectors. But how you reached right, you guys get that, how you reached here, okay, stack is nothing but first, last in, first out. And what I wanted was also whatsoever went in my data structure lastly, I need to grab that first and compare with my current value. Okay, if it is closing, so whatsoever went in last, I'll grab that first and I'll see, okay, if it is corresponding open bracket or not. And that is the same thing we are using stack right here. Let's see, let's dry run it pretty quickly on our particular stack, because now we have found, okay, it's a stack data structure. Now let's see how we will do it. Firstly, we grab an open bracket, we push it in my stack. Okay, we have a curly braces, we push it in a stack. We have a next bracket, we push it in a stack. Then we have a corresponding closing bracket. So I'll just see, okay, what was the last in my stack? Okay, it is a corresponding closing bracket, because it is a closing bracket, so the corresponding open bracket should be like this, and it is in the last, it is like this. So I'll just, for this bracket, it is very good, okay, it's okay. So it will just remove this particular thing and will just go on. So now my stack will have curly bracket and a square bracket. Now it will just land at this particular curly braces, which is a closing curly braces. It will just go and look back at the stack. For this, it is gone. It is gone. Now it has to compare with its corresponding open bracket. It will just go and look, okay, at the top is the corresponding open bracket is there. Yeah, it is there. So it will just remove it, and it's gone. Now for this, both of them are just gone. But it's actually an open bracket. So open bracket, we just simply push in inside our stack. We just push in inside our stack. Cool. For this, all this is gone. Now for this, the corresponding open bracket is nothing but whatsoever should be at the top of the queue is actually, if we just check, okay, for this closing curly braces, I have open. Yeah, I have open. I'll just remove it, and both of them are also gone. Now it will just land it here. All of them are actually gone, right? Because you see what happened, we went in inside and then we are coming outside. We went in inside, outside, we went in inside and then outside. Now ultimately we grabbed outside. Thus remember, whenever something like this comes in picture, use vector or a stack. Vector is more actually fast to write for the programmers, but you can use anything. Now, as it lands on the closing square bracket, it just looks for, okay, what's the corresponding open bracket? Is it the same square open bracket? Yeah, it is. Just remove it from the stack, and also both are gone. It is now empty, and it will just say me, okay, yeah, thumbs up, you are good to go. Let's look at pretty quickly. It's pretty easy. Firstly, we have this stack data structure. We can also have a vector, as I told you, but you guys know how we reach to this stack data structure. Then I just iterated on all the characters from my string, because ultimately what you saw, I was just iterating on all these characters, right? And just doing the same thing. I just see, okay, if it is an open bracket, just push it in my queue. As simple as that. But if it is a closing bracket, I'll just see, okay, if it's a closing bracket, so I should have a corresponding open bracket. So I'll just have some if conditions. First being that, okay, if I have a closing bracket, so the corresponding open bracket, what if there's nothing there? Not even a single bracket is there. What will do? Which means if you have something like this and you land on this closing bracket, but nothing open was there, so the stack itself is empty right now. So it's not a valid. So you have to return a false. What if your open bracket, which means the stack top, was a normal bracket and the closing one was not a normal closing bracket? Then also you have to return a false. What if you have a, at the stack top you have a curly braces, but at the current number, which is a closing one, it's not a curly closing braces. It's also not valid. What if the same, you have a open square bracket at the top but not the closing square bracket, so also it is returning false. Now if it is not these cases, then I am good. I have found my corresponding open bracket for my right now. I'm standing at any closing bracket, so I'll just pop that. It will just say me, okay, just remove this particular pair, because closing you are at on and opening you have in a stack. So just removing this, because you have never pushed this particular thing inside the queue, inside the stack, so just removing both of them. So I have right now a bigger picture. Ultimately I just keep on removing, I just keep on adding my opening ones, keep on removing my closing ones, and thus ultimately at the end I should also make sure that my stack is empty. Why? Because if something like this happen, okay, square bracket, curly braces, square bracket, good. What if it ends like this? It ends like this, which means my stack will actually, because it's not seeing any condition, it's just inputting my particular opening ones in the stack. So it is okay, cool, but it will just push it inside my stack, but it does not have the corresponding closing one. So it will just seem okay. You have to make sure that my stack ultimately is empty. It will just make me sure, okay, it is a valid string. And the time complexity is nothing but O of n, because you are using a particular iterating on a particular string, and the space complexity is nothing but O of n, because you are using a stack which actually can store all the n elements in worst case. I hope that you guys liked it. If yes, then the like button, and it was a pretty easy question, so no doubt. And yeah, see you in the next video then. Goodbye, take care.